As we grow older, life offers us a precious opportunity to pause and reflect on what truly matters. With the wisdom gained through years of experience, we are better equipped to reassess our priorities, shed unnecessary burdens, and focus on the aspects of life that bring genuine happiness. In our later years, happiness is not derived from material possessions, accolades, or societal achievements. Instead, it is rooted in peace of mind, meaningful relationships, and the joy of being present in the here and now. One of the greatest lessons aging teaches us is the art of letting go. Holding on to habits, grudges, or roles that no longer serve us can weigh us down and prevent us from embracing the beauty of the present moment. Letting go is not about losing, it's about creating space for clarity, freedom, and joy. It's about understanding that every step forward requires releasing what holds us back. In this chapter of life, we have the unique opportunity to lighten our hearts and minds by letting go of 5 specific habits or burdens that can hinder our happiness. Each step toward release is a step toward reclaiming peace and fulfillment. Letting go is an act of courage and love, allowing us to move forward unencumbered and ready to fully embrace the richness of life. 1. Release resentment. Resentment is a heavy burden that grows from experiences of betrayal, hurtful words, or actions we perceive as unjust. It often feels justified, like a shield protecting us from further harm. However, holding on to resentment is like gripping a burning coal, intending to throw it at someone else, only to realize that the pain it causes is entirely our own. Over time, resentment can embed itself into our thoughts and emotions, quietly stealing our peace and joy. Resentment doesn't just exist in our minds, it affects our entire well-being. Emotional toll. Resentment fuels anger, bitterness, and emotional exhaustion. It consumes mental energy, leaving less room for joy and peace. It can make even positive experiences feel tainted by lingering negativity. Physical toll. Research shows that unresolved resentment can increase stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues like high blood pressure and heart disease. Holding on to anger can affect sleep patterns, appetite, and overall vitality, contributing to a cycle of fatigue and diminished health. The longer resentment is carried, the heavier it feels. It doesn't punish the person who hurt us, it punishes us. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as excusing someone's actions or reconciling with them. In truth, forgiveness is about freeing yourself. It's a choice to release the grip of anger, hurt, or bitterness and reclaim emotional freedom. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened or inviting the person back into your life. It means deciding that their actions no longer have the power to control your emotions. Choosing forgiveness is an act of self-love. It's a bold declaration that you deserve peace, and that peace matters more than the pain caused by someone else's actions. Acknowledge the hurt. Begin by recognizing the source of your resentment. Name the person, action, or situation that caused the pain. Give yourself permission to grieve the loss or betrayal. Acknowledging the hurt is the first step toward healing. Process your emotions. Allow yourself to feel the emotions tied to the experience. Whether it's anger, sadness, or disappointment, sit with those feelings without judgment. Journaling or talking to a trusted friend or therapist can help you process the pain. Reflect on lessons learned. Shift your perspective from victimhood to resilience. Ask yourself, what have I learned from this experience? Perhaps it taught you about boundaries, self-respect, or the importance of choosing healthy relationships. Resentment loses its power when you can extract growth from the situation. Practice daily forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't a one-time act, it's a practice. Start small, by releasing a minor grudge or reframing a negative thought. Focus on gratitude for what you have now, rather than dwelling on what was taken from you. Consider professional support, such as counseling or therapy, if the resentment feels too overwhelming to handle alone. Visualize letting go. Imagine yourself setting down the burden of resentment. Picture it as a heavy weight you've been carrying, and visualize yourself leaving it behind. This mental exercise can help reinforce your intention to release the pain. Letting go of resentment brings profound rewards. Emotional lightness. Without the weight of anger or bitterness, you'll feel a sense of emotional clarity and freedom. This lightness allows you to engage fully with the present moment. Improved relationships. Releasing resentment can make space for healthier, more authentic connections with others. Physical and mental health. Lower stress levels, better sleep, and increased emotional resilience are just some of the benefits. Living in the present. Resentment keeps you tethered to the past. By letting it go, you reclaim your ability to enjoy the beauty and joy of the present moment. Releasing resentment is a transformative act of self-care. It's a way of saying, I choose peace over pain. While the journey may take time, each step forward is a step closer to freedom. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means gaining the clarity, lightness, and serenity you truly deserve. 2. Let go of past sorrows. Past sorrows, whether rooted in loss, regrets, or missed opportunities, carry an emotional weight that can overshadow the present. These feelings, while natural, can act as an anchor, tethering you to moments that no longer serve you. Whether it's grieving a loved one, mourning a path not taken, or lamenting fractured relationships, these sorrows can become barriers to living fully in the now. While acknowledging sorrow is part of the healing process, holding on to it indefinitely can hinder your ability to experience joy. Life moves forward, and to embrace its gifts, we must learn to gently let go of the pain that weighs us down. Life is a mosaic made up of both joy and pain. Each piece, whether vibrant or somber, contributes to the beauty of the whole. Past sorrows, rather than erasing love or happiness, serve as evidence of how deeply you've lived and cared. It's important to reframe how we view loss. Instead of seeing it as a permanent void, recognize it as a chapter that has shaped who you are today. Loss does not diminish the love you've shared. It amplifies it, showing how profoundly those moments mattered. This perspective allows you to honor the past while making space for the present. Acceptance. The past cannot be rewritten, but it can be acknowledged and honored. Accept the pain as part of your story while choosing not to let it define your future. Acceptance is not about forgetting, it's about recognizing that sorrow and joy can coexist. Create new memories. Just as a garden recovers after a storm, your heart has the capacity to bloom again. Plant seeds of joy by engaging in activities that bring you happiness. Spend time with loved ones, explore new hobbies, or revisit old passions. Allow yourself to embrace the beauty of today. Gratitude practice. Focusing on the blessings in your life helps shift the narrative from what's lost to what remains. Reflect on the small, meaningful moments. Sunlight streaming through a window, the sound of laughter, or the taste of a favorite meal. These moments can serve as anchors in the present. The present moment is a gift, yet sorrow can blind us to its beauty. By shifting your focus to the here and now, you create space for joy to re-enter your life. Start by appreciating the simple pleasures around you. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the rustling of leaves in the wind, or a heartfelt conversation with a loved one. Choosing to live in the present doesn't dismiss your past. It enriches your story by weaving new threads of happiness into the tapestry of your life. Letting go of past sorrows is not about erasing your experiences, but transforming them. By releasing the weight of sorrow, you honor the love and lessons of your journey while making room for new beginnings. Life becomes lighter, richer, and more vibrant when joy is given the space to bloom. 3. Walk away from meaningless relationships. As we age, the value of relationships becomes increasingly clear. The desire for meaningful connections far outweighs the need for social abundance. In earlier years, many of us sought to cultivate a wide circle of friends and acquaintances, believing that quantity equated to richness. However, as time passes, we come to understand that it is the quality of relationships, not the quantity, that truly enriches our lives. Genuine, nurturing relationships provide love, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. They contribute to our emotional well-being and offer a safe space to be our authentic selves. Conversely, superficial or unfulfilling connections can become burdens that drain energy and impede personal growth. Relationships that bring negativity, tension, or emotional exhaustion no longer serve you in your later years. Holding on to meaningless ties, whether out of habit, guilt, or fear of loneliness, can block opportunities for deeper and more meaningful bonds. These relationships may feel comfortable due to their longevity, but they can prevent you from fully experiencing the joy and sort that comes from truly reciprocal connections. Releasing unfulfilling relationships is not an act of bitterness or rejection. It's a declaration of self-respect and emotional well-being. It's about acknowledging that your time and energy are finite resources and should be devoted to those who genuinely care for and uplift you. Letting go requires courage and clarity. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if the connection has been part of your life for years. However, stepping back from toxic or draining relationships opens the door for authentic bonds to flourish. Reflect on your relationships. Take time to evaluate the people in your life. Ask yourself, does this relationship bring joy, support, or mutual respect? Or does it feel one-sided, draining, or obligatory? Prioritize uplifting connections. Focus on relationships that nurture your soul, those with friends, family, or acquaintances who truly see and value you. Invest your time and energy in these bonds. Set healthy boundaries. For relationships that feel negative or draining but cannot be completely severed, establish boundaries. Limit interactions to protect your emotional well-being. Distance yourself with grace. When it's time to let go, do so gently and respectfully. This doesn't require confrontation. Sometimes a gradual distancing is the kindest and most effective approach. Walking away from meaningless relationships creates space for genuine connections to thrive. By freeing yourself from emotional burdens, you invite relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual appreciation into your life. The result is a circle of people who inspire, uplift, and bring light to your days. Meaningful relationships don't need to be numerous, they need to be authentic. By prioritizing quality over quantity, you cultivate a supportive and loving environment that enriches your later years with joy, connection, and peace. 4. Release empty pride and titles. In our working years, titles and achievements often serve as benchmarks of success and sources of pride. They define our roles in society and offer recognition for our hard work and dedication. However, as we move into later stages of life, clinging to these titles can become burdensome. The accolades that once felt meaningful may now act as barriers, tethering us to a past that no longer aligns with our present reality. Titles, while significant in their time, are fleeting. They do not define who we are at our core. Continuing to identify solely through roles or accomplishments can prevent us from embracing the opportunities for growth and connection available in this chapter of life. Your worth isn't tied to a title, a job, or a list of accolades. Instead, it's found in your wisdom, compassion, and authenticity. The impact you've had on the lives of others, the love you've shared, and the lessons you've imparted are far more enduring than any formal recognition. By letting go of the need to be defined by external achievements, you reclaim your true identity, one rooted in your unique experiences and character. Releasing pride and outdated labels allows for deeper, more meaningful relationships. It opens the door to humility and vulnerability, creating space for genuine connections. When you no longer feel the need to prove your worth through titles, you can engage with others as your authentic self. This liberation also shifts your focus from external validation to internal fulfillment, allowing you to live fully in the present. Reflect on your legacy. Focus on the intangible impact you've had, moments of kindness, wisdom shared, and relationships nurtured. Embrace authenticity. Let go of pretenses and connect with others on a human level, free from the need for validation. Celebrate the present. Shift your energy toward current joys and meaningful experiences, rather than clinging to past accomplishments. Letting go of empty pride and titles frees you from the constraints of outdated identities. It allows you to center your life around genuine fulfillment, focusing on the relationships, experiences, and values that truly matter. By embracing who you are today, you step into a life of greater authenticity, peace, and joy. 5. Forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness is one of the most transformative gifts you can give yourself. It offers emotional freedom, mental clarity, and a renewed sense of peace. Holding on to grudges, guilt, or unresolved anger can feel like carrying unnecessary baggage, a heavy load that keeps you tethered to the past. By choosing forgiveness, you let go of that weight and open yourself to joy and fulfillment. Resentment and guilt often linger because they feel protective, like armor against further pain. But in reality, they drain energy, cloud judgment, and prevent genuine happiness. Forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful actions or dismissing personal accountability. Instead, it's about reclaiming control over your life and emotions. It's a choice to no longer let the past dictate your future. The path to forgiveness begins with yourself. Too often we are our harshest critics, replaying mistakes and judging ourselves for past actions or perceived failures. This self-criticism can become a relentless inner dialogue that erodes self-worth. Recognize that imperfection is part of being human. Every decision, even those you regret, was made with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Mistakes aren't failures. They are lessons that help shape your growth and understanding. Start by practicing self-compassion. Imagine speaking to your younger self or a close friend who made a similar mistake. You wouldn't scold them harshly, you'd likely offer understanding and encouragement. Apply that same kindness to yourself. Affirm that you've grown from your experiences and deserve to move forward without guilt. Forgiveness of others can be equally liberating. It's not about excusing hurtful behavior or forgetting what happened. Instead, forgiveness is about releasing the control those actions have over your peace of mind. People who cause harm often act from their own pain, fear, or ignorance. Recognizing this can foster empathy, making it easier to let go of anger. However, forgiveness doesn't mean allowing toxic individuals back into your life. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional hold they have over you. Think of forgiveness as cutting a cord that ties you to a negative event. This act doesn't change the past, but shifts how it affects you. By letting go, you reclaim emotional energy and create space for joy and positivity. Start small. Begin with minor grievances or annoyances. Forgiving smaller offenses builds the emotional muscle needed to address deeper wounds. Practice gratitude. Reflect on the positive aspects of your life to shift focus away from negativity. Gratitude fosters a mindset of abundance, making it easier to release resentment. Empathy and perspective. Consider the circumstances or pain that might have influenced the other person's actions. This doesn't excuse them, but can help you understand their humanity. Acknowledge your pain. Before forgiveness, recognize and validate your feelings. Suppressing emotions won't lead to healing. Acknowledging them is the first step to moving forward. Take your time. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. Allow yourself the patience to work through your emotions gradually. Choosing forgiveness brings profound rewards. It clears emotional clutter, allowing you to experience life with a lighter heart. Relationships deepen, stress diminishes, and your overall well-being improves. Forgiveness fosters a sense of connection, both with yourself and others, as it shifts your perspective from pain to peace. By forgiving yourself, you cultivate self-love and acceptance, breaking free from the chains of guilt. Forgiving others allows you to move forward without the burden of resentment, creating room for meaningful connections and a more joyful existence. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it transforms your relationship with it. It's a declaration that your happiness matters more than holding on to pain. With every act of forgiveness, you step closer to living a freer, more fulfilling life. Conclusion. Aging is a unique and profound gift. A time to pause, reflect, and focus on what truly matters. In these later years, peace, love, and meaningful connections become the cornerstones of a fulfilling life. This is the time to set aside the noise of the past and embrace the clarity and simplicity of the present. To live peacefully, it's essential to let go of the burdens that no longer serve you. Release resentment to reclaim your joy, let go of past sorrows to make space for new memories. Walk away from unfulfilling relationships to nurture meaningful ones, and release pride and guilt to embrace authenticity. Letting go isn't a single act, it's a continuous practice of freeing your heart and mind. Imagine a life where your heart feels light, your mind is free from clutter, and your spirit soars. Picture yourself waking each day with clarity, unburdened by the past and open to the beauty of the moment. This is the life waiting for you when you let go. Take the first small step today. Choose to release just one burden, whether it's a lingering grudge, a regret, or a toxic connection. Each act of letting go brings you closer to a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Let this chapter of life be defined not by the burdens you've carried, but by the beauty of living fully in the present. Embrace the opportunity to create a life of purpose, connection, and serenity. Your golden years are a time to truly shine. light, free, and filled with the happiness you deserve.